Hey, and welcome to a new Shadow Sister Healing video. I'm Silva, and this is Friday love reading. And let's start. I introduced the 3 piles. This is a pick-a-pile reading, so you have 3 choices. And I'm using, in this Friday love reading, Grimm's Fairytales. So I have made special caption card from this book. And I'm going to show you first the choice is based on these pictures and crystals, but then when you pick the pile, you will also have a fairy tale. So you don't know it yet, but your first pile is 5 of Pentacles, this lady with a feather, and throat chakra crystal, lapis lazuli. And pile number 2 is heart chakra, green aventurine, and ace of swords. So this heart chakra and ace of swords. And pile number 3 is 10 of cups and third eye crystal. So these are your 3 choices. I will shortly tell you still about that. All the decks are related to fairy tales. Maybe I will shortly show you the decks. So yeah, the covers of the decks, it's enough. So the first one, pile number 1 is Edmund Dulac Tarot. And pile number 2 is Fantastic Creature Tarot. And pile number 3 is this Tarot of the Divine, fairy tales around the world. And fairy tales are now the topic number 1 because next week is Folktale week, and I have intention to continue one paper cut illustration to finalize that I started last year, and then participate also to the new prompt list. I will publish somewhere in my Instagram or in YouTube community the prompt list. If anybody of you want to participate in this Folktale week, is Creative Week when illustrators are creating beautiful illustrations of those 7-day prompts. And last year I made illustration with paper cuts, and it was my work was about Sandman's Daughter. It was my own story that I invented based on a dream I had in Berlin when I lived in Berlin long time ago already. But anyway, these paper cuts I will now during this week I will bring into being a postcard collection. So I will mention that also in the future. But anyway, now let's get started. Pile number 1 and 5 of diamonds, 5 of pentacles. See what is your fairy tale. Fairy tale is the Goose Girl. We have had that before, and I have this also in my fairy tale tour in Bruges that I keep. I often tell it there. I think before we start that, I will show your oracle card that I will read you in the end. It's from the Witch's Oracle. The lady, embodiment number 9. Beautiful. It's like a High Priestess card. Immediately. Very nice. And there is a white swan. I mean, the Goose Girl. It's also about being in your own power. It's interesting. We will see what comes out of that. That waits here. And yeah, these cards I take freely later. Now let's read about the Goose Girl. Goose Girl is connected to the Justice card, Libra card in Major Arcana, and it is indeed about being in power and being truthful, not losing your honesty and your truth. So I'm briefly telling this thing now. Maybe I read first from the book and then I start telling it in my own word. There lived once an old queen whose husband had been dead many years. She had a beautiful daughter who was promised in marriage to a king's son living in a great way off in another kingdom. When the time appointed for the wedding drew near and the old queen had to send her daughter into the foreign land, she got together many costly things, furniture and cups and jewels and adornments, both of gold and silver, everything proper for the dowry of a royal princess, for she loved her daughter dearly. She gave her also a waiting gentlewoman to attend her and to give her into the bridegroom's hands, and they were each to have a horse for the journey. And the princess' horse was named Falada, and he could speak. So there was three things. So first was this maiden, like a companion to travel. Second was this truth-seeking horse, and third thing, the mother dropped drop of blood to the handkerchief, put it in the bosom, and said that she has to keep it in her bosom always, so she will be safe. And then Goose Girl started joining to the other kingdom to get married. Unfortunately, in many fairy tales, she got thirsty and she was wanting to drink on the way to the other kingdom. And then she was asking the maiden, the servant girl, to give the drink. But the servant girl would not give, would just answer, "Get down yourself," said the waiting woman. "And if you are thirsty, stoop down and drink, I will not be your slave." So she was immediately having attitude to serve anything, this princess. Next time she got thirsty, but the waiting woman spoke still more scornfully, and okay. Immediately what happened when she bent over to the stream, she lost the handkerchief with the 3 drops of blood. So it was like the mother's intuition she lost when she didn't were in her power, and she gave it away. And second time, the waiting woman said, when she was getting thirsty again, said, but the waiting woman spoke still more scornfully and said, "If you want a drink, you may get it yourself. I'm not going to be your slave." So as her thirst was so great, the princess had to get off her horse and to stoop towards the running water to drink. And as she stooped, she wept and said, "Oh dear." And then, yes, this was already the handkerchief, but the next time she was going there again, wait. So she was managing to drink from the stream the second time, and she come back. The waiting woman had stole all her beautiful dresses and things, and the horse even, and said like she has to put now on her the maiden clothes. She becomes the servant. The waiting woman ordered the princess with many hard words to take off her rich clothing and to put on her plain garments, and then she made her swear to say nothing of the matter when they came to the royal court, threatening to take her life if she refused. And all the while Falada noticed and remembered, okay, the truth-speaking horse was still paying attention, but they're coming to the kingdom, and immediately when they come to the kingdom, then the fake bride says that she wants to slaughter the truth-speaking horse. So, the horse is slaughtered that speaks truth, and the maiden is put to be a goose girl. But then the girl is really sad about losing the horse, so she goes to the butcher and asks if the butcher can save the head at least, because the truth-speaking horse was so beautiful, and the butcher is nailing the horse to the city gates. And I think there is just a picture of the horse here. The horse head is then to the city gates, and she becomes a goose girl. She's appointed to go there with a boy called Conrad, and she goes every morning, and then the horse still speaks, but now the voice of the horse is becoming a guilt. It's like it's saying to the girl, So next morning, she and Conrad, the boy, drove the geese through the gate. she said, and she said as she went by, "Oh, Falada, dost thou hang there?" And the head answered, "Princess, dost thou so meanly fare? But if thy mother knew the pain, her heart would surely break in twain." But she went through driving the geese on the field. So like she's always having this conversation with the horse, kind of putting like guilt, like, "Oh, if your mother would know what happened to you." And then she's going to this meadow, and she's starting to like comb her beautiful royal hair that was long. And then the boy gets attracted to her, but she's always making the contract's hat fly, so he cannot come near while she's like attractively there sitting with the geese. So this is happening also. Anyway, this is like inner trauma. So often when people have trauma, they repeat things. They are in this vicious cycle. The things keep just repeating and repeating, and this contract boy eventually notice the horse is speaking. That's very weird. The hat is always flying when she try to come close to this maiden, this girl. And eventually she refers this to the king. And the king comes to spy and finds out like this is not normal, and they are making her speak the truth in some kind of iron oven. And there she confesses that actually she is the true princess, and then the justice will happen in this, that the wedding has not luckily yet happened. And when they are having this wedding eating going on, funnily enough, they were eating before the wedding happened. When all the company had eaten and drunk and were merry, the old king gave the waiting woman, the fake bride, a question to answer as to what such one deserved, who had deceived her master in such and such manner, telling the whole story and ending by asking, "Now what doom does such one deserve?" And the fake bride answers, "No better than this," answered the false bride. "Then be put naked into a cask, studded inside with sharp nails, and be dragged along in by 2 white horses from street to street until she be dead. Thou hast spoken by own doom," said the old king. "As thou hast said, so shall it be done." And then the sentence was fulfilled. The prince married the true bride, and ever after they ruled over the kingdom in peace and blessedness. So the bad got eventually punishment that the bad person has asked upon herself, and things went right. But the girl would have not been saying it without the help of the others. So here we have also throat chakra. The healing message is that don't be a silent child, speak up. So often we are silent about our gifts, our talents, we are like not speaking up, even in a situation when we should stand up for ourselves. So this for you now for this Friday love reading is like, if you even love somebody, speak up, say it, don't be silent. Goose girl luckily got her voice eventually with the help of the kingdom, that they recognized that something was there. She was having a weird behavior before this all went on. Anyway, we have here the 5 of Pentacles. That's also usually left in a cold. Like there is this tarot card is often like that the 2 persons are like suffering, and they are like bare feet and in the cold, and they don't see the wealth that it's in the kind of spirituality in the church. There is light. Here she's holding the feather, so I think it's funnily coming with this goose, that maybe there is a lot of being this kind of like royal person, but still grounded to do the work, like tending the geese, is like not being lazy or something. Like it's like something here I see, like there is like, realize your gift, what you're good at, and don't be like silent about it. This is almost like it's a pen in a hand. Maybe you should write something important. I see here that we have this lady, but first I take some tarot cards for you. Yes, I forgot. I will have still the love message, and I will have still how your person is feeling about you. So let's start. I have this magic of you spread that I used last time before Halloween. I'm gonna do it again. Like first, let's see, feeling cards from your person. Feeling cards from your person. This is coming. Someone dropped on the floor also. Okay. So first is amorous, light and fuzzy feelings, romantic, in love, happy and alive, chivalrous action. So the person feels like very amorous. They recognize that you are lady or lord, like there is some really royal quality in you, embodiment. Lady is here also, so there is this rose. I've also roses here. Then at second note, heartbreak. Abandoned, sadness, grieving, mourning, loss, separation, regrets, crying, intense feelings. Broken, alone, lonely. So I think it comes to the fact that there is some kind of silence, like your person has a heartbreak because they cannot speak. They have fallen into this silent child somehow that they can't express. And I see this like there is some kind of like a grieving process, abandoned sadness. Anyway, there is this amorous things too. What is the third one? Okay, codependency. Can't let go. Fear of losing, burning heart, attached to outcome. Devil loves you, wanting to be together. Big desire. That was on the floor. So codependency is here. There's some kind of cycle of like longing for the other person. It's like a devilish feelings. Maybe sometimes things can be how I say, like too much, and then it's good to kind of not react, but then respond from less codependence way. The lady shows that they would be like a much more somehow suffering. You are in your power. The lady is here. Okay, so the magic of you, I'm gonna do the spread that I made. This. The magic of you is like how they are feeling about you. Let's see in fairytales cards. These are kind of having some illustrations at least related to fairytales. Then the magic of you. Okay, 2 cards came. One, and then still outcome. Okay, so feelings are cups, 8 of cups. So there is this letting go. Maybe all this thing tells about like somebody going on their own path, a little bit like hermit. Even the number 9 is hermit. Being really focusing on their own energy. Still there is this amorous feelings, cup energy. Finding really the true love. That's sometimes needing to be walking away. Sometimes it's needing to be like being alone a little bit to reflect. Then magic of you, they see 2 of swords. Is this a tower? Yes. There is some big change. Tower moment is usually like a war or something, like you cannot know. it just happens. Something suddenly changed. The founding was maybe not good, so things have to crumble down. And then Two of Swords is about choice, but this is kind of intuitive card, this Two of Swords, because the person is like floating in the water. It's just like feeling, like water is such a feeling card, and this sword card has the water, so there is this intuitive choice that has to be made. But the Tower comes together, there's a magic of you. There is almost like they see that you can change big time. There's a big change somehow with you, that you can be starting anew. Just thinking like how this. I was thinking this time of the time is like the portal days tomorrow, 11/11, and I was thinking there is really this kind of good moment to reflect about what has happened since kind of another portal like a 11th of January till now 11/11. But maybe something big is changing, and before that there is like a calm before storm. So that's what's happening. You have to like kind of embrace the universe somehow. That's the magic of you. That is like the person see that you are able to be chill about change. You're not like panicking. You're not like, even the codependence here, you are like having like a kind of mental clarity is very important for you. I have to see this well. Okay, the outcome. 4 of Wands. That is the 1/1/1. That is really like 11/11. That is like coming together, celebration, community aspect. So, these fairytales, there is something else. Let's read about those. I don't like to make these readings too long, but looks like it's already getting quite long. 8 of Cups first. This was the feelings about you. A man departs on a boat, holding all of his belongings. He looks back at the place he is leaving as he sails towards the horizon. The need to leave and discover new things. Two of Swords. This magic of you. A woman floats in the water of a still, calm sea. Her dress and hair spread out around her figure. Inner gathering, sincere introspection, a moment of silence, of suspension. Yeah, this is really, this talked about the being alone, and this is embracing the time alone. But that's like magical. I was even thinking about this sentence, like a magic is in the mess. I mean, this is not such a mess, but like sometimes things are happening, there has to be calm moments, and you have to like come back to your self-love before you can give to others. Something like that. But they see this need that you are like kind of like a making your skin like a snake new. Tower. Faces. Is this really it? Yeah. Where are the faces? There are faces, but it's very hard to see in the clouds. Faces scream in the sky, feeling the wind of storm. A man looks on from the top of a tower without shying away. He is ready for battle as he is for a revelation. Resilience, determination in fighting for one's beliefs. Oncoming conflicts. Okay, Tower card is always coming to, is there really the man in the tower? Well, looks like it's very, so tower wants something very much change, but that's, they see that as a magic in you to able to change. And then you have this Four of Wands. It's a positive card. 6 young women await someone's return by a clear fountain. The closest one holds a white flower, a celebrated return, home as place of pleasure, serenity and welcome. Oh, I didn't notice the white flower. It is. It's in the hand. Beautiful. White is always like a purity. It's really like a family reunion. I feel like this is because it's November and at least America, they celebrate Thanksgiving. I think this, you have a lot alone part. And you are like gathering there's a white feather in the hand here, white flower in the hand. Some symbology here. This I said is about you to write something. It's important to write something. This is the community aspect. I think it's something about you becoming part of your soul family, something like that, that you are coming home to be with the right kind of people, surrounded by right kind of people. And understanding your powers. Lady embodiment, let's read that. I wouldn't like to keep this reading long, but looks like they always come a little bit long because I want to include some cards. So this is, vibration is really the lady archetype. Empowerment, embodiment, character. The lady is another term for high priestess. She represents the energies of the goddess in sacral ceremonies and ritually embodies the character and quality of a chosen deity when magic is being made. Her presence complements that of her lord, the high priest. Together they watch, protect, and guide that happen in the circle. All that you need is present, is the message here. And this card I usually also is a number 2. It's High Priestess number 2. So I also connected to High Priestess's choice. Making an intuitive, good choice and trusting your own power. It's something that they see even a magic of you. So just see yourself as this kind of powerful High Priestess and allow yourself to speak your truth. Because the goose girl here silenced, the servant girl took her place. She was not anymore the lady and the princess. So just become this, like maybe there has to be this kind of tower moment that you are. There is the water here and here. Water is always emotions, but like really the emotional intelligence is highlighted here. But anyway, your person also see that you are very beautifully. There is a swan. I connect the swan usually for the ugly duckling and this kind of rising to your power as well, the transformation, awakening. So under the crow is a messenger. It's like there's a doe. It's really the holy bird. All kind of beautiful spirit animals also here. A bee, queen bee. Yeah. Be in your powers. Understand that you are queen bee. Last time in my love reading, I also have a queen bee story, but this is goose girl who is beautiful royal person in her powers. Okay, then last thing for this pile number 1 is we will see. I think somehow I get through this idea of like there is this 11-11, and maybe you could really have this community moment. This is here in Belgium is the end of the World War, like a Wapenstilstand is like the memorial day, but get together with your people, your friends, or like the dear ones on that day. Community has a lot of force, a lot of power. Yeah, queens have always a court. What is your court? It is keep contact with the people that can lift you up. Now we have set a love message, because there is a lot of amorous feeling, but also codependence feeling. What we have advice for your love life. Number 1. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. Okay, same as the Tower moment. So the message is clear here. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. Yeah. And my need for change has appeared in the sense that I also recognize that I will not make the horoscope reading at least until December. I will focus on doing the creative things. I need time for that, but I will keep doing these Friday love readings. But like sometimes you have to reflect really what is the most important, because you have just so much energy, and certain towers have to be fall down. Like I cannot do now the horoscope readings because they take so much my energy. I can create. Same with you, you might have some expression that is very golden and beautiful, and you should find time for that. Maybe it's writing or something like with words. It can be also art and expressing yourself. Okay, so this was your reading. I pause for a moment for the next. If you liked, give me a like. And yes, I will do these Friday love readings always now on Fridays, but the horoscope readings I will postpone to December, and then I will start again. Or actually next full moon, I think then is the time to start the horoscope readings. Okay, thank you for watching. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. You have selected this Ace of Swords, Ace of Spades, and let's get started. Also, heart chakra, always telling to be a real lover and not faker. And now we see your fairytale. What is it? Green fairytale, the fisherman and his wife. So this is the fairytale we're gonna read. Let me see. So here is a picture. I read a little bit in the beginning, then I try to make it a little bit shorter. Anyway, let's have this picture showing here while I read. Look closer. There was once a fisherman and his wife who lived together in a hovel by the seashore, and the fisherman went out every day with his hook and line to catch fish. And he angled and angled. One day he was sitting with his rod and looking into the clear water, and he sat and sat. At last down went the line to the bottom of the water, and when he drew it up, he found a great flounder on the hook. And when and the flounder said to him, "Fisherman, listen to me. Let me go. I'm not a real fish, but an enchanted prince. What good shall I be to you if you land me? I shall not taste well, so put me back into the water again and let me swim away." "Well," said the fisherman, "no need of so many words about the matter. As you can speak, I had much rather let you swim away." Then he put him back into the clear water, and the flounder sank to the bottom, leaving a long streak of blood behind him. Then the fisherman got up and went home to his wife in the hovel. Well, husband, said the wife, have you caught anything today? No, said the man. That is, I did catch a flounder, but as he said he was an enchanted prince, I let him go again. Then did you wish for nothing? Said the wife. No, said the man. What should I wish for? Oh dear, said the wife, and it is so dreadful always to live in this evil-smelling hole. You might as well have wished for a little cottage. Go again and call him, and tell him you want a little cottage. I dare say he will give it to us. Go and be quick. And when he went back, the sea was green and yellow, and not nearly so clear. So he stood and said, oh man, if man you be, oh flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not. Then the flounder came swimming up and said, now then, what does she want? Oh, said the man, you know, when I caught you, my wife says I ought to have wished for something. She does not want to live any longer in the hovel and would rather have a cottage. Go home with you, said the flounder. She has it already. So this story goes on. This is actually this Ace of Spades. It looks almost like that wife. The wife of that man. I'm just looking what is happening here in this picture. It's like party style. But anyway, the thing goes on that they got first a cottage. The fish always cramp the fishes. So it's like first they get the cottage, then the wife is not happy with it. It's like, oh, we will have to have a castle. Then they get the castle, but the next day she's, no, we have to be, I want to be emperor. I want to rule all this land. And then the fish makes her emperor, but she's not happy neither with that. The man doesn't want to be that, but the woman has to be the emperor. Then she's not happy with that. She says she want to be a pope. And then the fish makes her pope. And eventually she want to rule the sun and the moon, that she would be able to know when she has to wake up and sleep, like she could rule that. And that's too much. Let's see the end, because it goes like too much. So she's getting restless and she's like, husband, said she, if I cannot get the power of making the sun and moon rise when I want them, I shall never have another quiet hour. Go to the fish and tell him so. Oh, wife, said the man, and fell on his knees on her. The fish can really not do that for you. I grant you he could make you emperor and pope. Do be content with that, I beg of you. And she became wild with impatience and screamed out, I can't wait no longer, go at once. So she was always like just using her power wrong with the husband, just like commanding, like, no, I want this, go, and the husband could not resist. And so off he went as well as he could for fright, and a dreadful storm arose. Yes, and the water was always kind of changing worse and worse. Like first it was a clear water when she caught the fish. In the end, the water is like completely black and stormy now in the sea, so that he could hardly keep his feet. And the houses and trees were blown down, and the mountains trembled, and rock fell in the sea. The sky was quite black, and it thundered and lightened, and the waves, crowned with foam, ran mountains high. So he cried out without being able to hear his own words, oh man, if man you be, oh flounder in the sea, such a tiresome wife I've got, for she wants what I do not. Well, what now, said the flounder. Oh dear, said the man, she wants to order about the sun and the moon. go home with you, said the flounder. You will find her in the old hovel. And there they are sitting to this very day. So, moral of the story, you should be content what you have. And they didn't got far because they were not having gratitude of what they have. This woman got like so rich and so like a fancy, but nothing was enough. So eventually they got what they deserved. They got poor, and like a moral of the story is like you should be happy what you have, not wish things. Like I think it's a good quote to have like this kind of 11 day, this kind of manifestation number. Like, what do you wish for? Like somehow be realistic, like grounded about those wishes. And if you say those aloud, they might come true. And like then what do you do with that if they come true? Like I'm also wishing my YouTube channel to be like a blooming but would I be ready now for a big audience? I don't know, but I'm very happy what I have. I even imagine like how many subscribers I have now, like 165. I'm very grateful. Like I imagine sometimes like, what if these old people would be behind my window on the street? It would be a big party, a lot of people. So whoever you are there, it's very nice. I think it's even nicer like now when things are small. Like if you comment, I can answer, like I have time for that. But if there is like a lot of followers, a lot of people, my time is not enough for everybody. So even for tarot readings, now I still have time in my calendar. So use this possibility now. It's still possible. Small things are kind of like a more, like a fast moving when things are small. Kind of you can have a lot of power on things. Anyway, let's see what is this. Sword aspiration. Another sword, like there's clearly coming something with the powerful words. This is kind of this witch's oracle is the same as this Ace of Sword. So there is just this dragon and the sword. There is something about that. Aspiration. Interesting. The things keep repeating. Yes, we still will look into what your person is feeling of you. I have this feeling cards. This is a Friday love reading after all. So what is your person feeling about? Okay, this card is coming. Telepathic. There's two. Interesting. I never have noticed, but this card, this telepathic card, had attached to it empty card. Must be meaningful, but telepathic says soul connection, intimacy, images as messages, intense mind reading, understanding deeply feelings of another. So we have clearly here communication. So there is some kind of message for you that with your person, you are able to have like a telepathic connection because there's such a powerful, maybe heart connection. Heart is very powerful, heart chakra. So this is kind of heart feelings are very strong. And then we have this empty card. So maybe there is kind of like a tabula rasa, like anything is possible. Like nothing is like written to the stone. All the swords. But be happy what you have. Don't wish for like things that are too much to handle. Like this timing sometimes is not perfect, and what you have now is perfect. Just ground on yourself in this present moment. Like what you have now is perfect to handle right now. And now the magic of you spread. So these are the fairy tale related fantastic creature. This is healing cards. person feels still about, you know, a bit more. This is magic of you. And then the outcome, the relationship. Let's see. Feelings. Oh, there's chains. There's a devil card. 5 of Cups. There is some kind of dangerous feelings, like devil is always a bit codependency or this kind of dangerous addiction kind of thing. Fenrir the wolf is here in the picture, so there's really this lonely wolf coming. The wolf has also a sword in his mouth because he is having it. He could liberate him from the change. He has all the power. Same as this dragon is having the sword. The wolf is having the sword. But then we have this 5 of Cups story. This is kind of something negative. This woman, I'm going to read these stories for you. Something needs to be said. There's maybe some fears. Chains. We are having the Capricorn energy this moment. Pluto is in Capricorn. There is a lot of this dark power. You should use this your advantage, maybe. Let's reflect a little bit. All those dark things, when they come to light, you kind of see them and don't react. Respond. Like the Fenrir the wolf. What is the message? Why you are so afraid? What is that? Lonely wolf energy here in your heart. According to Norse mythology, Fenrir wolf was one of the monster children of the trickster god Loki. Fenrir grew to be so dangerous he had to be restrained in magical chains, yet the great wolf easily escaped. The gods took Fenrir to an island of Linvi in the middle of a lake where he was fastened to a great rock. Legend says Fenrir wolf will stay there until the end of the world. This card evokes the harsh, bleak feeling when there seems to be no way out of a bad situation. However, Fenrir holds the key in a form of a sword to release in his mouth. Applied to the right place, the sharp edge of the weapon can shatter the chains. If you examine all options, there is always a way to escape your captivity. So a backlash from negative acts could be near. Learn to control negative impulses. And this card always warns against obsession and illusion. There's something about your person feeling this obsession and illusion about you. Magical use of this card. Using spells to eliminate negative personality traits and weaknesses. Also useful in eliminating illusions that may be clouding someone's true motives. Sometimes fears are stopping us. There can be so much beauty behind these monsters. Even the golden shadow behind the monsters show up to stop us. There's this resistance, but yeah, is there the end of the world if you do something about the relationship? Is it so bad? To reflect this wolf. What is the message? 5 of Cups is kind of left in the gold as well, very gold card. I'm going to read this fairy tale to you. Next week is folktale week, and I want to definitely talk about more fairy tales in my love reading then again. And I want to participate in this. I will put to my Instagram some posts about the folktale week as well. I think the community post in YouTube, so I will share the prompt list. It's a very interesting creative thing happening now next week from 13th, 11. 5 of Cups, Lorelei. Something about the Lorelei here. Some mermaids have the power to entice men to their death with their bewitching voices. The Lorelei look like ordinary women, though true they have a cold, unnatural beauty. They possess supernatural powers to foretell the future and to work weather magic. Faces of the Lorelei's victims can be seen in the river water. Indifferent to the drowning cries below, the Lorelei maiden lives in an emotional void. An emotional time in your life when you should think through every action twice before doing it. Your own attitudes make you unhappy. Using meditation for getting control over your emotions and your negativity. There's something about negative emotions here. Then you have telepathic. I see this could be just fears. There can be a lot of power. The man was also afraid of the wife and was just doing what the wife said. Not good. I have here decoration of the Bilbo with the Mumimörke, so with the sword. But something to express your truth very boldly. Okay, then the magic of you is one card. I'm not reading now the reversed. 8 of Pentacles. That's a very hard-working person. It's looking like a shaman or something. So let's read what is that. 8 of Pentacles is always like a hard-working person. Quetzalcoatl, which is something in Mexico, I guess. Though the god Quetzalcoatl sometimes appeared as a young man wearing a cloak of quetzal feathers, other times he revealed himself in the form of plumed serpent. As a benevolent ruler and the creator of all life forms, Quetzalcoatl taught his worshippers the arts of civilization and gave them the secret of fire. His people enjoyed great wealth and happiness and built magnificent temples in his honor. Quetzalcoatl's crown denotes spiritual enlightenment. His gold ornaments proclaim him a high god knowledgeable about spiritual truths. His necklace symbolizes unity. This card can indicate professional progress. Hard work will bring you reward and satisfaction. And these cards help when seeking a new trade or job. It also aids in strengthening self-confidence to tackle a new skill. Okay, so the magic of you, they see that you are really like a go-getter. You're able to make magic in the world. She's like a spiritual leader even showing up here. Interesting. Then we have the result. I mean, we have this sword. It's almost like, I think the story will talk about the King Arthur, but like this Excalibur is only one person can lift the sword. Yeah, anyway, what is the outcome? Queen of Cups. Okay, beautifully mature woman and usually like an intuitive goddess kind of person. It's a very beautiful result. There's a lot of love because cup is love, and then we have even a heart here. So there would be like, it's interesting that there is this fears kind of that there is this like a trickster woman and a trickster like a wolf coming. Eventually the outcome is this loving mermaid. So it's not that Lorelei, it's just fierce. Behind the waters, there's actually this beautiful Queen of Cups. One of female, but it's very like nurturing, feminine. A lot of water. One in here. Otherwise, sword. And a little pentacle. What is missing? Wands are missing. Fairytale was about this woman wanting to, that the man was working, but the woman wanted to live easily with the fortune of the man. Was asking from the fish too much. Still there's this telepathic connection. Queen of Cups. I find it interesting what comes in this readings. It's like I learn new things somehow. Is this a mermaid? Outcome of your relationship. This little mermaid story, possibly. Okay, see. This beautiful mermaid navigates the great sea of emotions with confidence and power. Her spiritual light shines over her like a giant halo, encircling her are many little fish, ancient symbols of divinatory messages. The coral and seaweed represent emotional openness, the playful inner child, and the ability to attract true love. Bubbles resembling stars in the night sky circle around the mermaid like moons around a planet. Stars signify other lifetimes, spiritual progress of souls, and the ultimate connection we all have with the goddess and the god. If this card relates to a person, she is very feminine and loving woman. If the inquirer is a man, she may be his mother, wife, or lover. If the card symbolizes the situation, it represents a positive, creative endeavor. This should be used to channel emotions into more creative, useful endeavors. It represents a receptive, loving woman, a wife, friend, mother, and lover. Yeah, that's like a wife coming through here, but there's this telepathic connection. Fisher wife was also here, but only there is a sad thing that the wife was wanting a little too much. So there's this, the man cannot give it all that. So maybe it's good to communicate. Let's read about this sword. This advice here with the sword. Dragon and a sword. Oh, that's throat chakra. Also vibration. Aspiration, truth, hopes, and fears. I mean, the hopes and fears are coming really here. Like there's some kind of like a lonely wolf and this kind of trickster woman fear really badly. Like, I mean, women can be also afraid of the bad wolf. The men can be afraid of like some woman indeed that is not good for them, and it's the fisherman and the wife. They're all fears, and eventually we see the magic is really this working kind of spiritual person, and then we have this perfect feeling, mature, caring, intuitive wife. It's almost like the man who was fishing should have focused on his own wishes, not the wish for the wife, but what is that ideal partner, and like focus on that, not that the wife made things just egoistic way. Anyway, this is a dragon story. It's almost like this grandiose thing also with the dragon. Be aware of those kind of harmful, egoistic ways of being. Like the atame, the sword is a representation of masculine forces. It depicts the direction of energy having the ability to cut through. Swords represent air in tarot, upright being hopes, downward being fears. Legendary swords include Excalibur, the sword of the legendary King Arthur, given to him by the Lady of the Lake, and the sword of Damocles, yeah, Lady of the Lake. That's coming here. This, remember that this kind of Lady of the Lake is even visible as this kind of ideal wife giving this sword. There's this telepathic stuff going on here, this all positive thing. Swords indicate the need to stretch yourself and your ideas beyond the realms of your hopes and fears. Letting sword cut through the veils that divide your perception will bring forth great truths about the path you should now consider taking. You can choose to cut through confusion with the sword of silence, for example, or cut through frustration with the sword of patience and see what happens. Yeah, if you have a confusion, indeed it's good to be silent. This is showing a lot of confusion feelings. So being silent, that's also sword. I read it again. You can choose to cut through confusion with the sword of silence, for example, or cut through frustration with the sword of patience and see what happens. Be aware of how you use your tongue in communications with others and guard against gossip or intrigue. Hold to your own truth and be honest. Always aspire to your greatest good. You hold the sword of truth, wield it wisely. Yes. I see this beautiful masculine and feminine energy. Water and this air sword. Truth and heart. Okay, we have still, and then the blank canvas. Anything is possible, kind of. Still have the love card. Advice for a relationship. Every kind of relationship you're having in mind. And number 2. Now I'm just going to portal 11 times this. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. Okay, we have again truth coming very clearly. Now I feel like last time I didn't read this for because it's getting very long with the fairytale. I will read this particular story because I'm intrigued now. Number 38. Is this the same number? 38. Oh my God. 38 is 11. 11. These two numbers, 38, together are 11. There's something here, really, by number 2. And the sword is again connected to honesty and truth. Wow. There's this telepathy here. I'm going to read this because what are the odds 38 comes twice? Speak with the love and truth. Love aims to do what is best for another person. And remember, you were having a heart chakra also. So it's very fitting, even with that. Love aims to do what is best for another person. Speak honestly. Tell the truth about your emotions. There is an opportunity to clear the air and create a positive outcome. Truthfulness is an important part of any relationship. If you are sharing something that isn't real, you aren't being straightforward. When you avoid the truth because you fear how it will be received, you create blocks of walls in your relationships. Work on speaking with clarity, love, softness, and honesty. to get to the truth and develop a stronger bond with your partner. Be compassionate about the emotions. Try to be open to what they have to say and avoid personalizing their frankness. A woman, I'm a bit losing my voice, pardon. A woman faces a masked man who is presenting her with a rose. The mask suggests something is hidden or being glossed over out of fear of upsetting each other. The woman's turned back could indicate an unwillingness to believe there is more going on than meets the eye. You are responsible for how you communicate. You are responsible of how you communicate with your partner. Be open and connected to create a healthy relationship. Yeah, this is a direct advice to this kind of like a telepathic thing. Like you should start to be real, not just in your head about it. Sword is a head energy also. So there is a soul connection. So address that. And there's a lot of fears here showing up. Like maybe each one of them, one see the other one like the wolf, another one like this trickster woman. The truth is, there is this hardworking person and like a very emotionally mature mermaid. That's the truth about it. And this is what you are fearing that this is. And its truth is that fears can really not be what they are actually. Behind it is. Okay, this is your reading. Pile number 2, I'm gonna pause to have a little tea and a break. Okay, and if you liked, give me a like. I said it already in the first reading that I will not do the horoscope reading until December because I will focus on the creative things. I'm making here drawings. I can show you one. It's actually connected to sword energy. I'm making this I made for Inktober, for example. But I want to make my products. I have like a lot of things I need to use my energy for creating. So it's better that, that I do it now. It's winter hours. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I prepare for the next reading. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. This is your card, 10 of Cups. Very promising for the love life. This is usually happiness, card, marriage, and a happy couple. So let's see what's coming for you. I take immediately, usually I have to reveal your fairy tale. So I'm gonna read that soon for you. The Frog Prince. That's your fairy tale. Let's see the kind of oracle card. It's a Witch's Oracle. Wow, Wizard. Spiritual impeccability. Amazing. There's this kind of Gandalf and a lion. This is amazing advice for this reading. Something beautiful is coming. So we start very well. I'm still, before I start reading any fairy tale, I want to have some feeling cards. So you can ponder while we read this Rock Prince. To be connected, been checking what would be sometimes fairy tales, and often they are connected to certain tarot cards. And I found connection with the Frog Prince story to Page of Cups. It's very inner child healing and romantic page connected energy. It's very positive for your love life as well. I always connected Page of Cups to a Sandman, and that's meaningful for me to know because last year, next week will be a folktale week, and last year I made one story myself about the Sandman's daughter based on one dream I saw, and I made paper cuts. I started these paper cuts ever since. I've been doing paper cuts also from tarot cards, but I started it last year during this folktale week, And now my intention is to do less of these tarot readings. I will do in December next horoscope readings. I only keep this Friday love reading, and then I will focus on making my own postcards, finalizing my tarot journal, and all these products. So my energy has to be focused on my creative products now. But this is beautiful for you. Let's see the feeling cards. Gift. Gratitude, feeling gifted, grateful, being gift to others, giving gifts, birthday wishes, gift that keeps giving. Wow, again, very beautiful. Like you have the 10 of Cups and then gift that keeps giving. Very promising for your love relationship. It's like you are a gift to your person. I was just talking about kind of creative gifts that I'm also trying to do, like this kind of wizard way. You can get a lot done when you focus. And you should focus also with your heart. Here you have anyway third eye chakra, so it's connecting the heart and the mind, and that not every knowledge comes from the books. They come from the heart also, from the whole experience of life. You have to be able to, even actually, in order to this third eye chakra working, you have to have real life experience also. You cannot just living in your head. You have to have the whole body involved. And if this is beautiful feeling card from your person, the gift, and also love potion. Wow. It's almost like this wizard is making like a love potion. Magical, chemistry, intoxicating, heart alchemy, flowing feelings, bottle feelings, elixir, spirit, pleasure. What is this? Love. Interesting. Oh. Okay, I hear my child saying something. I have to break. Yes, this text here was very bad because there was some wet has go here, but it's pleasure and love bond was the little text here in there. There's a lot of beautiful things. Frog Prince also is like a story. I'm gonna go into it now. It is about true love. But the frog doesn't seem to be so handsome first. Let's read from the beginning. So I'm going to show this girl here. In the old times, when it was still of some use to wish for the things one wanted, there lived a king whose daughters were all handsome, but the youngest was so beautiful that the sun himself, who has seen so much, wondered each time he shone over her because of her beauty. Near the royal castle there was a great dark wood, and in the wood under an old linden tree actually has a heart-shaped leaves. Such a cup energy here. Under an old linden tree was a well. And fairy tales always have some magical well here too. And then the day was hot. And when the day was hot, the king's daughter, the pretty one, used to go forth into the wood and sit by the brink of the cool well. And if the time seemed long, she would take out a golden ball and throw it up and catch it again. And this was her favorite pastime. Now it happened one day that the golden ball, instead of falling back into the maiden's little hand, which had sent it aloft, dropped to the ground near the edge of the well and rolled in. The king's daughter followed it with her eyes as it sank. But the well was deep, so deep that the bottom could not be seen. Then she began to weep, and she wept and wept as she could never be comforted. And in the midst of her weeping, she heard a voice saying to her, "What ails thee, king's daughter? Thy tears would melt a heart of stone." And then she looked to see where the voice came from. There was nothing but the frog stretching his thick, ugly head out of the water. "Oh, it is you, old Vadder," said she. "I weep because my golden ball has fallen into the well." "Never mind, do not weep," answered the frog. "I can help you, but what will you give me if I fetch up your ball again?" "Whatever you like, dear frog," said she. "Any of my clothes, my pearls and jewels, or even the golden crown that I wear." "Thy clothes, thy pearls and jewels, and thy golden crown are not for me," answered the frog. "But if thou wilt love me and have me for thy companion and playfellow, and let me sit by there at the table and eat from the plate, and drink from thy cup, and sleep in thy bed, if thou would promise all this, then would I dive below the water and fetch thee thy golden ball again." "Oh yes," she answered, "I will promise it all, whatever you want, if you will only get me my ball again." But she thought to herself, "What nonsense he talks, as if he could do anything but sit in the water and croak with the other frogs, or could possibly be any companion." But the frog, as soon as he heard her promise, threw his head under the water and sank down out of sight. But after a while he came to the surface again with the ball in his mouth, and he threw it on the grass. So okay, the girl get the ball, go back to the castle, is happy, forgets all this stuff, but the frog won't forget the promise. This is like an importance of when you promise something, you keep it. So the next day, when the king's daughter was sitting at the table with the king and all the court and eating from the golden plate, there came something pitter-patter up the marble stairs, and there came knocking at the door and the voice crying, "Youngest king's daughter, let me in." And she get up and ran to see who it could be. But when she opened the door, there was the frog sitting outside. Then she shut the door hastily and went back to the seat, feeling very uneasy. The king noticed how quickly her heart was beating and said, "My child, what are you afraid of? Is there a giant standing at the door, ready to carry you away?" "Oh no," answered she, "no giant, but a horrid frog." "And what does the frog want?" asked the king. "Oh, dear father," answered she, "when I was sitting by the well yesterday and playing with my golden ball, it fell to the water," and so on. She tells what happened. And it's like it's not expected it to come. But then they all heard him knocking the second time and crying, "Youngest king's daughter, open to me by the well water. What promise you me? Youngest king's daughter, now open to me." "That which thou hast promised must thou perform," said the king. "So go now and let him in." So she went and opened the door, and the frog hopped in, followed at the heels, till she reached her chair. Then he stopped and cried, "Lift me up to sit by you." But she delayed doing so until the king ordered her. When once the frog was on the chair, he wanted to get on the table, and there he sat and said, "Now push your golden plate a little nearer so that we may eat together." And so she did, but everyone might see how unwilling she was, and the frog feasted heartily, but every morsel seemed stick in her throat. "I have enough now," said the frog at last, "and as I'm tired, you must carry me to your room and make ready your silken bed, and we will lie there and go to sleep." Okay, so practically this frog gets to her bed even, and she do that as a good girl. But the king is always like commanding her to keep the promise when she's like, "No, I don't want to sleep with the frog," like, But then yes, it's like She put him to a corner in the bedroom, and when she had lain down to sleep, he came creeping up, saying, "I'm tired and want to sleep as much you. Take me up, or I will tell your father." Then she felt beside herself with rage, and picking him up, she threw him with all her strength against the wall, crying, "Now will you be quiet, you horrid frog." But as he fell, he ceased to be frog, and became all at once a prince with beautiful kind eyes. It's kind of weird, like the moment she's getting like mad and not wanting to do, then this prince actually turn up. And it came to pass, so with beautiful kind eyes, and it came to pass that with her father's consent, they became bride and bridegroom. And he told her how wicked witch had bound him by her spells, and how no one but she alone could have released him, and that they two would go together to his father's kingdom. And there came to the door a carriage drawn by 8 white horses, with white plumes on their heads, and with golden harness, and behind the carriage was standing faithful Henry, the servant of young prince. Now faithful Henry had suffered such a care and pain when his master was turned into a frog, that he had been obliged to wear 3 iron bands over his heart, to keep it from breaking with trouble and anxiety. When the carriage started to take the prince to his kingdom, this is like a nice extra thing about kind of like a hard stuff. So when the carriage started to take the prince to the kingdom, and faithful Henry had helped them both in, he got up behind and was full of joy of his master's deliverance. And when they had gone a part of the way, the prince heard a sound of the back of the carriage, as if something had broken, and he turned round and cried, "Henry, the wheel must be breaking." But Henry answered, "The wheel does not break, this the band round my heart, that to lessen its ache. When I grieved for your sake, I bound round my heart." Again, and yet once again there was same sound, and the prince thought it must be the wheel breaking, but it was the breaking of the other band from faithful Henry's heart, because it was now so relieved and happy. Interesting. So this is even giving a side story, like when the frog was marrying the princess and going to back to the father's kingdom, the servant Henry was even overjoyful. So it's kind of like telling me the story, like the community is even celebrating your union, like everybody is happy that you get together, like it's like good for everybody that you are together. So let's go into this fairy tale card. Now we look the magic of you. There's a lot to be looked still. So what your person is feeling about you. There's the story of a frog. And then what is the magic of you? And what is then third eye even here on the table? This wizard card. Spiritual impeccability. Something interesting. The kingdom is there actually. Like in the end, the enchanted princess bring the princess there. Is then really a lot of 10 of Cups moment here in the stories. Outcome. Ocean gift. Feelings. Knight of Wands. This is like the sexy at night, but here is this kind of like a Norwegian fairy tale. You can see it's very kind of person taking action, going with the goat, very much passion. Passion here. So, okay, the person feels passion about you. Yes. Nice. Then 9 of Coins. That's independent person. The magic of you, they see there's like a lot of this independent wealth, abundance with your own work and labor. We'll short you read soon these little fairy tales here. That's the magic of you. And temperance is the outcome. Wow, Sagittarius card. Heart, alchemy, and balance. In this card, a lot is happening, a bit like Indian style. A lot is happening. Maybe a lot need to happen, like in this frog is enchanted and takes a lot. But it's a major arcana card, so something is going in very like life path. This is happening with your relationship. And then we have here also love, ocean, and gift. It looks a lot connected to this one too. It's really beautiful things. Sagittarius season is also here. This could be telling me that something with your love life is coming to this 10 of Cups moment in a Sagittarius season, so near Christmas. But this is also a lot of creative powers, at least in this card, looking like I'm also willing to take this kind of folktale week. Maybe you should connect with your creativity. Also, this wizard is busy creating here. This is very grateful of the melon that he has. Melons. Bird is kind of intuitive spirit animal also there. Knight of Wands, feelings about Knight of Wands, really the sexiest knight and fast-moving knight. Somebody is really taking action. They are not. They show that if you have whatever suitors you have, you know that this frog prince here is really taking action. They are not like a stopping. They have a lot of fire about you. So the Knight of Wands, Tatterhood, Norway, Norwegian fairy tale. The Knight of Wands represents a fearless fighter, eager to charge into battle, especially if it means defending someone she loves. Reckless and unafraid, Tatterhood grabs what she wants to claim the future she desires. Adventure, passion, a rebel, a flirt, a hot temper. 9 coins. Yes, they see you are like a rebel and a flirt. And this is the magic of you. The legend of the watermelon, Vietnam. The 9 of coins represents success, hard work, and patience have resulted in a successful harvest. And now even Emperor enjoys my DM's watermelons. The road was long and hard, but the reward well worth the effort. Independence, prosperity, freedom, maturity, self-discipline. Then we have the temperance here. Angel card often in the tarot. Archangel Michael. In this case, it's another king. Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, India, Buddhist Bodhisattva. Temperance is about balance and meditation. It is being mutable, recognizing when to change with the times and when to change the situation itself. The Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara identifies are fluid. Identities are fluid, but their goodwill remains constant. Moderation, harmony, purpose, good influence, reconciliation. And yes, this is saying something about being very like having a meditation practice would be important. In love life, of course, balance as well. Now we read about the wizard. It's advice for your relationship. So here is mine. We have still the love card also in the end. So stay until the end. Please read first. Very beautiful cards. I love this. Oh, 11:11. They appearing. Vibration, spirit, self-importance, impeccability, egotism would be also a part of this card. Wizard is a Middle English word originating from the root vis or wise. A wizard carries spiritual and magical powers with the ability to influence energy by enchantment, occult knowledge, and sorcery. Wizard is not a masculine name for a witch. Witches can be male or female, although a wizard is always a man. Wizard reveals that you have the potential to be charismatic and influential at this time. But beware, for wizard carries a cautionary note. Are you being used or using another? When you find that you are in a position of authority, control, or influence, ensure that your powers are utilized for the greater good and not for personal prestige or gain. Do not be tempted by your ego. Impeccability is essential if one is to retain magical or spiritual gifts. We have a gift also. Think something about this. I will read it again. Do not be tempted by your ego. Impeccability is essential if one is to retain magical or spiritual gifts. Current circumstances may be a test to see just how much spiritual wisdom you deserve to carry. Move forward with integrity. Actions taken now wield powerful results. Also in the love relationship, we will get advice for the love relationship still. This love cards, this love cards. So palm tree, all this kind of beautiful potential here. What is the advice for palm tree? Let me see. Let me see for you. Palm tree this. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. This person traveling with a bird. Frog prince. Maybe this. What is this bird here? Bird is like landscape. Inside, it's almost like this frog also something else. It's inside whole prince and the kingdom. This bird, this flying bird too. For a world inside. This was the wrong book. I was like, the numbers are not matching, but this is a different. There are not so many cards as this 49. So actions speak loudly. I don't always read this, but now I feel like I have to read this to you. Express your love through actions. Sometimes saying you love somebody is not enough. It is time to show someone how you feel. Put someone's needs before your own. This card is asking you to do something to show your love. Presenting your love without words does not need to be complex. Doing the simplest of things can make a huge change in someone's life. Allow your acts and considerations to convey your feelings to your partner. Do something for someone that you know they don't enjoy doing themselves. Turn up with items they need or like, such as flower, a favorite candy, or their dry cleaning. Your loved ones are constantly sharing their likes or pleasures. Find ways to surprise them. It is so easy to show that you care. A falcon carries a maiden its back. The daisies adorning her body imply new beginnings, optimism, or rekindling. The falcon is a signal to focus your attention or energy on what you value. The deep blue of the sky emphasizes the positive power of communication and the security that can be fostered in a relationship. Yes, looking very powerful. Love potion gifts. This is also like a fast-moving energy. Action needs to be taken in this relationship, even though a lot is going on. So just to focus on your person, maybe. Give kind of like a undivided attention. Can be feeling love to your person. Okay, so this was my Friday love reading, and next week is, as I said in many times, folktale week, and I definitely will read more for fairy tales there in my love reading, and I'm looking forward this week. I will illustrate something also then. Okay, so I see you next Friday, and thanks for watching. Bye.